Hi, I'm Cathy Thomas. Joining us today is Executive Chef Partner at the Winery restaurants in Newport Beach and Tustin, Yvon Goetz. One of the stars of their brunch menu is a scrumptious short rib dish. I'm eager to dig in. Welcome, Chef. Short ribs for breakfast? It's kind of like a hash, isn't it?
It sure is. It's a French way.
Yeah, which is even better.
I agree. This is something actually you can do for dinner, and then leftovers we're gonna make breakfast. So
all right, that sounds good.
Two recipes in one. So you have a nice piece of short rib. We're gonna actually cut it up. You want to leave the fat because it's gonna be cooking for 3 hours. So the fat is gonna actually bring flavor. Season it well.
So you've got some coarse salt here.
Salt and pepper.
And you're being generous, and that makes it taste good.
You need to be generous because it's going to be in the stock and the red wine. We're going to put just a little canola and olive oil. We're going to sear them very well. You want a nice brown crust to give all this delicious flavor. That caramelized meat and fat that's going to go in the pot with the red wine.
And what kind of red wine? What varietal?
This one is actually a GSM. It's a Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre from Paso Robles. You want a big wine. You want something that has some oomph. Okay, so when you see this nice and brown like this, transfer it to your little creuset pot.
Okay.
And basically, we're just gonna quickly brown the vegetables a little bit. Again, you want a little bit caramelized.
This is beautiful. So you've got whole cloves of garlic in here. You've got onions, celery, carrots, and leeks.
Yeah. You need a little tomato puree. Don't use ketchup. Not gonna work. The red wine, and then we're gonna use as well some veal stock.
Now let's talk about veal stock, because veal stock is not something that home cooks get easy access to.
You can buy it in the store. They do sell it, even like those little cartons, or even frozen, I believe they do.
Yes.
And you can buy chicken, beef, or veggie.
Right.
So whatever you like, but this one I make some veal stock.
From scratch.
From scratch, yeah, always. Smells good already.
Oh.
So you want to burn the red wine, the alcohol a little bit from the wine.
So you want to reduce it by what, half?
By half, by half. Then you can pour your veal stock. You want to bring it to a boil, just to speed up the process a little bit, because then we're going to put it in a 300-degree oven for about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. All depends as well on the size of the meat.
The meat's going to get really tender.
Oh, it's going to fall apart. You don't need no knife, no nothing. You just need a fork or even a spoon. It's so good. We're gonna have some fresh thyme.
Right.
A couple of bay leaves.
Beautiful.
And then we have a little bit black peppercorn.
Good night.
Voila.
Into the oven.
Night for 3 hours.
So you already cooked some meat off before you got here.
Yes.
And you're ready to go.
We don't have 3 hours.
3 hours we don't have. All right.
So we actually have, that could be leftover from yesterday, and now you have all these little pieces that's folding apart. This is when you're gonna make breakfast.
Yes, and you could do it with all different kinds of leftover meat.
You can do with, let's say you do a prime rib the night before and you have leftovers, dice it up, do the same thing.
Perfect.
I like my butter, so I'm just gonna, a little bit of butter, just enough for one. Then I got some mushrooms, which have been sauteed already in a little butter, garlic. Then we have those beautiful little fingerling potatoes.
Right, you've roasted them off.
They've been roasted just like, they were covered in a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper.
And again, these could be left over from the night before.
Oh, no, exactly. This could be like your baked potatoes.
Right.
Some extra asparagus, grilled.
Right, but could I roast them if I wanted to?
You can roast them, you can boil them if you want to, if you want to stay healthy, but we're talking short ribs, so never mind. Then this is the braising liquid from that short rib. I'm gonna put a little bit just to finish it up for flavor, just a little chopped chives, and then let's go for the eggs. So of course the eggs, you can do whatever you like. I like just a good old fried egg. Okay. So do you want to put a little salt and pepper?
Look at these beauties go.
Again, it's singing. I'm gonna use a little cast iron.
Oh, that's
skillet,
lovely.
a little Staub. You can eat it just like this, or you just have a little mixed green. You can put like little cherry tomatoes. And
Nice.
grapes.
Oh, I like the idea of adding the grapes.
It's actually part of our house salad at the winery. Since it's called a winery. Put little grapes in there.
And speaking of grapes, how about pouring me a glass of wine, Chef?
Oh, you know what? We got that. Remind me, what are we drinking?
Oh, we're drinking the boys.
The boys, there you go.
Thank you for cooking with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Here's a quick tip from Melissa's. Fingerling potatoes, they're such interesting shapes and delicious flavors, but how in the heck do you cook them? And if you just roast them, they get kind of crusty and dry. So I found the best way to do it is to simply cut them in half lengthwise, like so, put them in a baking dish, then go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of dry white wine, a 1/4 cup of high quality olive oil, and some fresh thyme leaves, and give it a stir. Sprinkle on a little kosher salt, and cover them tightly with aluminum foil. Now it goes into a 375-degree oven. Cover it up tight for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then you take the foil off and let them go another 20 to 30 minutes. Out of the oven now, and they just look gorgeous. They're nice and soft on the inside and crispy on the outside, and they can be done ahead, and they're even good cold as an appetizer with dips. A little bit of fresh thyme on the top. Fingerling potatoes, they're delicious. The fruit and vegetable aisles are filled with so much potential. Try something new. Have an adventure.